What is the weirdest advice you have heard that is strangely effective? To improve your posture, pretend that you are shooting lasers out of your nipples and trying to shoot people in the head. Lamau. When I was trying to train myself to get better confidence and stop looking at the ground whenever I walk, talk, etc., I would take walks and imagine that there are headlights coming out of my tits and I needed to shine the way. Tits and teeth, girls. Tits and teeth. Wise advice from my local musical theater director. Fancier way of saying have good posture and smile, but it's always stuck with me, ha. If you can't fight the fear, do it scared. Got me through a lot of anxiety. I tell myself my increased heart rate and racing thoughts are just signs that my body is priming itself to allow me to do something I didn't know I could do. I used to think they were signs to quit, but they're really an ignition sequence. It's actually just your body shifting into maximum overdrive. Don't beat yourself up forever. Beat yourself up once, then move on. Mr. Homer Simpson. That's actually good. My favorite Homerism is just because I don't care doesn't mean I don't understand. My personal favorite, well, excuse me for having enormous flaws that I don't work on. If I were you, I wouldn't dig in the past. I lived in some of that past, and I got out for a reason. When writing an email, leave the recipient field until last. And add the attachments first. Yep. So many times when I started as a contractor, I would send my invoice without the actual invoice, followed by an email saying, whoops, forgot the attachment. And you forgot it again. I feel physical pain thinking about the times I've done this. How to unclog your nose. Close your mouth and pinch your nose so you can't breath. Shake your head up and down until you need to breath. Remove your hand from your nose and breath through your nose, not your mouth. Been doing this for a while now and it's pretty effective. Nose wasn't clogged and tried this. Now I have been sneezing for the past 5 minutes. Bless you, smile. Holding your breath for a prolonged time is extremely effective at getting rid of a boner. Instructions are clear. Do not, I repeat, do not hold your breath until you die, or you may end up getting your boner back. You can't actually kill yourself by holding your breath. You can only hold your breath until you pass out. After you pass out, you automatically start breathing again. Unless you fall into a pool or have a bad landing when you pass out, you'll be fine. I was kind of bummed that my kids never tried the give me what I want or I'll hold my breath tactic. I always thought it would be funny to run and get pillows to place around them and then be like, okay, go. My ex apparently did this a lot when she was little. Her mom would put a pillow in front of her and walk away. She'd pass out, start breathing, wake up and be fine. Lamau. The kid, I'm Jesus. The kid falls backwards every time. If looking for something in a low light environment, try to use your peripheral vision. I read about it in an old World War II manual about aerial combat at night. It has something to do with how eyes work. It has helped me many times over the years. For finding stuff in a darkened room, or outside in a field at night, not aerial combat. Also a great trick if you're into astronomy and trying to find a faint star. Fail quickly, as in, if your plan may not succeed, better to find out next week than next year. Helped me quit a suffocating job and dig into my own business. 1010. I've learned this after becoming a father. Not because I'm failing parenting, but because I watch kids fail some more and then succeed. It's amazing how shamelessly and effortlessly they fail and keep going. Get someone to warm to you by asking them for a small favor, not asking to do something for them, but asking them to do something for you. I have no idea why this works, but it does. It makes them feel needed and important, at least for you. Similarly, I was thinking it shows that you trust them. It's also been shown that it causes trust the other way too. Asking a stranger to do you a favor will make you appear trustworthy to them. Not sure why. Because untrustworthy people don't put trust in others. Counterintuitive maybe, but it helped my anxiety immensely. In general, no one cares about you, what you're doing, or gives you a second thought once you're out of their sight. It really helped me to stop being self-conscious all the time in public. Most people only realize this when they are really being looked at. Like me, when I had really bad acne, my world changed for the better because I had a better perspective on my anxiety. 2 from elderly Southern relatives. 1. Something ain't nothin'. Taking 5 minutes to work out, clean, work on a big project, etc. is better than 0 minutes. We often think we've got to do 2 hours of rigorous work or it doesn't accomplish anything. 2. Time will pass either way. If you want to work to get better at something, accomplish a long-term goal, or change careers or credentials, don't look at the 2 to 5 years and think you'll be too old. If you're 24 and want to go to college, you'll be 28 in 4 years with or without a degree, regardless of what you do in that time. On that second one, my grandpa said something best. My dad was talking about how he'd be 50 once he graduated if he went back to college. My grandpa responded, "How old will you be if you don't go?" No one thinks about you as much as you do. Meaning we're all worried about people thinking about the tiniest embarrassing things we do, when no one really cares. It gave me freedom to take on more challenges and not worry about failure. Rinse your cereal bowl straight away. That stuff sets like concrete. But I was just about to eat the cereal. Nope. Straight down the drain. The sewer goblins need their Cap'n Crunch. It's only embarrassing if you're embarrassed. The older I get, the more I understand this one. Edit, you guys are awesome. Thank you for the awards and feedback. If you're not willing to look stupid, nothing good is ever going to happen to you. Dr. Gregory House. Don't give excuses unless they ask for it. I.e., if you are late for work, just say that you are late. Not why you are late. Never volunteer more information than is needed to get through the situation. Sometimes you'll just make things worse by moving their focus to something they didn't even know about. Sorry I'm late to the meeting, I was trying to help, coworker, finish up their presentation. Boss, what? Coworker, told me they submitted that last week. Now you're late and got your coworker in a jam. One time I got a super shitty report card. My parents came in the room saying something like, "We know you messed up, but if you admit what you did was wrong, you'll be in less trouble." Not knowing what they were talking about, I admitted me my buddy were selling weed. I did not get in less trouble, I got grounded for a summer. But if you admit what you did was wrong, you'll be in less trouble. Yeah, mom and dad, you're going to need to be more specific. For all my editors or other who struggle with executive function, do chores while waiting. Have something in the oven? Let's see how much laundry you can fold before the timer goes off. Microwave? I bet you can empty the dishwasher in 90 seconds. On a phone call? Pop in those earbuds and let's tidy while we talk. I get so hung up on waiting mode, and the novelty of trying to accomplish a small task during that interim feels a bit like a deadline pressure, which is basically the only thing that motivates me. Tricking my brain into a mini productive panic is startlingly effective. As a 30-something adult with newly diagnosed ADHD, I don't operate that way. I follow the if you give a mouse a cookie model. Put something in the oven? Sure, I can vacuum while I wait. Oh damn. The kids led their basketball inside? Why did they have it inside anyway? They'll put it in the garage. Man, this garage is filthy. They'll just tidy it up a minute. Hey, found my fishing pole. I wonder if that pond around the corner actually has any fish in it. They'll just grab some chicken scraps, bait, and a beer from the garage fridge and go check. Meanwhile, my brownies have started a house fire and I'm trying to figure out where to do with this catfish I caught. I should have brought a bucket. You have my brand of ad, apparently. And sometimes noticing all the things that need done turn into being overwhelmed and frozen from doing anything at all. Sucking at something is the first step to being sorta good at something. Honestly, it's deflated the embarrassment of making mistakes when learning new things. It's okay to suck at something on your way to okayness. It's okay to not be good at your hobby. I honestly take kind of perverse pride in how unmarketable the stuff I make is. My art is gloriously imperfect, but it makes me happy, and it's almost this rebellious joy in knowing I made it to please nobody but me. I actually argued with a recent art teacher because she said my customers would not like something, and I pointed out that I'm my only customer and I like it fine. Now I just need to overcome that and get to the point that I accept it's okay to make high quality things, and that still doesn't mean I have to monetize it. But yeah, in a world that tries to commoditize all your free time and turn every interest into a hustle, Making something unmarketable can be an act of rebellion.